Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today we're going to talk about the Infinity Watch mirror match. I've gotten a lot of questions about this team and how to do the mirror match. What we're going to do is we're going to do a match here, walk through it. Obviously, it's going to be a punch down. It's in my arena chart. I can't find somebody that's exactly the right power for me. We'll do the punch down. I'm going to show you the turn order. We're going to talk about what to do. Then I'll quit out. We're going to go through the abilities, and we're going to try to do it again and try to replicate it, get a sense of how this works, because I'm getting so many questions about this. So let's get started. This is the setup I have right now. One thing I will say is Moondragon, people are asking me on ISO, should Moondragon be a striker or a healer? And my view is on raids, she's definitely better as a healer. On the team, is she marginally better as a striker? Yes. If you have lots of ions sitting around, can you make her a striker too and then put it as lock on arena defense? Sure. The reason that the healer is worse in here is, first of all, the little bit of healing doesn't matter as much here because the full team has got so much sustain. But also, her regens, I think, get stolen by Adam Warlock anyway if you have a mirror match. But, you know, I'm just keeping it the same way so I don't blow a goal or a gold blow ions on a second class right now. So this is the way I have the team set up. I have Phyla-Vell and Moondragon on the ends because they don't revive, the others do. And so you want to have them where they get less attacked. All right, so first thing we're going to do. All right, so there is definitely the match changes depending on who gets to go first, which can just really be a coin flip. Now, some people have suggested, I know my friend Yeti, who's one of the smarter players that I have part of the smartest players I've ever encountered in MSF. He really is big on the Nebula basic. I'm not. And I think you're better off with getting the evades and getting this cooldown going here. So I use the Nebula ult, and I focus on Phyla-Vell first. And the reason I focus on Phyla-Vell first is getting her drain gone is just very important. So you want to. So now we've done this. We've gone after Phyla-Vell. Now you got to get rid of the evades. You want to use the Gamora basic. You don't want to use the special. You want to save the special for when there are death proofs up, and then you want to steal get death proofs off their team and onto your team. Okay. So we're gonna get a bunch of negative effects are going to go after that. So on this next attack, you use the basic of Adam Warlock because the other side's going to have immunity and so forth. You don't bother with the ability block on the special at this time. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the negative effects and continue to go get the barrier. That was from the Phyla-Vell special. Then what you do is you use the Moondragon special. It clears positive effects from all enemies. Very powerful. But then here's the key thing. It attacks the primary target for 320% damage and applies to slow for 2 turns and reduce speed bar by 50%. And by the way, that reduction in speed bar cannot be resisted. So I always do that with Gamora because you want Gamora to be rewound and slowed. Okay, you don't want her to be attacking because she does a lot of the damage. Okay, now I just go here no matter what and go all in on Phyla-Vell. And you could see that we've got her almost down. I don't worry about the extra turn that you could get by going for an enemy that you could defeat. I just go after Phyla-Vell because I want to get her down. Okay, so we've already gotten there going after Nebula. She's revived once. Not a good thing. All right, but now we can. All right. We got there. Okay, so now we got Phyla-Vell down. Now the next character I go after is Nebula. You may think, well, why Nebula? Well, Nebula's assists add up to a lot of damage. An argument can be made to go after Moondragon first because Moondragon doesn't revive while Nebula does. However, I really believe that getting Nebula down is more important. So now here, I could use this ability, but I usually like to wait until the enemy is death proof. So I'm going to just use the basic here and wait till the enemy has death proof so I can clear it. That's really important in the mirror match because you want to, first of all, okay, so now you want to be able to make sure you kill the enemies dead, but also you don't want drain when Phyla-Vel's up. Here I do a stun on Gamora, and then that's changed to Adam Warlock. Perfect. Now, obviously here, we're going to have issues with timing out a little bit. So now see there's a death proof. Now we do the special. And so now I have death proofs and they don't. All right. We really could auto at this point. It doesn't matter. Obviously, by the way, though, we've got this well in hand. It's, there we go. So now usually here what I would do is I would I usually would go after Gamora next, not Adam Warlock. He's very difficult to kill. I just did that there because he was close to death. But you generally want to get Gamora down. So she'll do this thing where she gives somebody else taunt. That could be a problem. All right. And by the way, I think that my Moondragon's still here. She's just disappeared because Scopal Neck sucks. But you get the idea, right? I'm going to quit out of this because we don't want to be in a spot where I get first place. But you get the idea. Now, let's talk about the abilities that matter. All right, so then what I would just say here, let's just look through the abilities that are important here and what matters. So Gamora is a heavy damage dealer, but the problem with Gamora, focusing on Gamora early, is that she revives. And it could be a difficult character. Most people are going to have a large Gamora. So she's somebody you want to stun, but, when you have that opportunity, but taking her out early is not a priority. Just because what can end up happening is if you focus on her first, she's going to get a lot of healing from Phyla-Vel's Drain. She also revives. She has that taunt ability, which is very annoying as well, okay? Which I believe is right here. When her health drops below 30%, apply taunt to the highest health ally and gain 2 regen. So she can be a real pain to kill, so you don't want to, I think, focus on her first. Adam Warlock, one thing I will just say, remember here, like I said, on turn 1, you want to use his basic because the other side's going to have immunity up generally. It's not going to, and then whatever you put on, even if you are able to ability block someone, it just gets cleared by Phyla-Vel right afterwards. It's pretty rare you can just take down Phyla-Vel before Adam Warlock's first turn. So then you'll have the next turn stun and ability block. I usually go with stun. One thing to remember is ability block on Gamora doesn't do much because her basic's actually really good, maybe better than her special. Remember, his ultimate's the one that gives stun to 2 characters, and then this is the one that gives ability block. Also, I will just say, don't target. You want to you want to make sure that you're targeting a character who actually has an ability that you want to stop. You need to know the abilities well enough to do that. Phyla-Vel is the first one to attack. That's why having a good Phyla-Vel, big Phyla-Vel, is useful just to make it harder for the enemy to get through her. And the reason why is because she can so here's the thing. When any Infinity Watch ally has death proof, that ally gets 50% drain. I mean, that is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge right there because it just gives so much sustain to the team. That's why you want to get her down first. She also, of course, applies 2 death proof whenever a character gets below 50% max health. So if you go after Moondragon first, when Moondragon gets below 50% max health, what happens? She gets multiple death proof from Phyla-Vel and then starts getting drained and healing herself back up. So you want to stop that train by going after Phyla-Vel first. And then Moondragon, Moondragon's main ability that you're going to be focused on here is the special. This is really nice. Applying slow for 2 turns and reducing speed bar that's unresistible. And then, of course, clearing all positive effects from all enemies. Now, I will just say I originally had a strategy where I was going after Moondragon first. She, like Phyla-Vell, doesn't have a revive. That's a nice thing, and that's why those are two good characters that you might want to focus on. The issue here, though, is you know with Moondragon, it's often hard to clear her or kill her before she gets this off anyway, first of all. And second of all, she just doesn't have this huge impact in the match other than this. But you want to use this every time on Gamora. Having fewer turns from Gamora is really helpful. She does heal allies at this too and apply defense up and deflect, which is awfully nice. And then last but not least, we have Nebula. The reason that she's the second one that you attack is because she has 100% assist chance. It just adds up way too much. When, on her turn, Gamora's assisting her, and then she assists on everyone else's turns. It is just too much. It really, really adds up. So even though she gets a revive as well, revive once, and she gets dance proof on revive, she is definitely worth taking down first, early. Now, why not take her down first? Why take her down after Phyla-Vell? Well, if you try to take her down first, what's going to happen is she's going to get, after her health gets low, she's going to get 2 death proof, and she's going to get drained because of Phyla-Vell. And then once you kill her, she's going to get death proof again, and then she'll have the drain from Phyla-Vell. It's just much better attack Phyla-Vell first. So now that we understand the fight, we'll go through this once more. I'm going to go through it quickly so you can see how this works. All right. Make sure you understand this. Now, I will say an argument can be made to not focus Nebula second and to focus Moondragon. And what I would just say for that is, if you do that, you better make sure that Moondragon's small. All right, so once again, we're not using the special because there's no death proof. We are saving that for when there's death proof on the enemy. Okay, she's, of course, going to waste hers, which is fine. We are using the basic here on Phyla-Vell. Notice we got her pretty low in health. That ability block won't matter because it's going to be cleansed right now by our Phyla-Vell. So there we go. Almost there. Almost. Now we're going to turn, rewind, and slow their Gamora. Okay, so theirs was wasted because it was on Moondragon, which is nice. And then we will do the alt there in the hopes of getting their Phyla-Vell down as low as possible. Notice how that heal had really gotten Phyla-Vell high again. Okay, we got some stuns. Not on the worst characters to have, so that's good. All right, they might get my Moondragon down first. So what we'll do is now we can steal their death proofs. That is absolutely huge. I think these are phantom death proofs. So it shows that that they have a, maybe that was resisted. And then I will go after Phyla-Vell no matter what. I don't think I need to waste the ult here. There we go. So now we've got their Phyla-Vell down. I think that's absolutely huge. And I would take that trade any day to have my Moondragon up versus their, have my Phyla-Vell up versus them having their Moondragon up. It's like chess. You got to trade your pieces. If you've ever done this before, you trade the good pieces for the bad pieces, or bad pieces for the good pieces. Okay, so now we're going to stun Gamora. We don't want her to take turns. We don't want Adam Warlock to take turns. So that is actually a pretty good thing here. And then now we're going after Nebula again. We're using that huge damage for Phyla-Vell. She does have the highest damage stat in the game. Okay. They're spreading the damage out. We are trying hard to get the enemy down. Once again, going after Nebula. Once we get their Nebula down, it's game over. Not an easy thing to do, of course. Easier said than done. Okay. Now we've done it. So we could do that here. Take down the Moondragon next. So I know in some senses this may look to you like, oh, wow, this is a problem. You always want to save Adam Warlock to the end because he's very, very difficult to kill. He's got even more defensive abilities. All right. Now we're going to get taunt on him because of Gamora. All right. There we go. And then there was one. I don't know. Is there any doubt that we've won this one? I think there's none. We can quit out again. But this gives you a sense of how to do the mirror match. I've been getting a lot of questions about the mirror match. I hope this is helpful to all of you. So if you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. Check out our Twitch stream. That's linked below. If you have comments, questions, put them below or just go to my Discord. That's also linked below. Lots of great conversations going on there.